guys, George here again. We're at 20-minute workout. Today we're going to be using bands. So first I'm going to give you a bit of background knowledge about bands, where people use them, what you should know about them, and different types of bands. So you probably see two types of bands. You see this band and this band. This band you probably see more with like Instagram influencers and stuff like that, and they use it as like booty bands to work their glutes, which it does an effective job of. I like to use it for my clients to engage their glutes because again, most people don't actually use their glutes well enough. So it's something I like to use, but it's not as versatile as the long band. So that's what we're gonna be using today. So the long band, because it's longer, it's a lot more versatile, and you see different clientele using the long band. So you can see people in the rehab field using bands quite often. Partly because, comparing it to like a barbell or a dumbbell, you're always influenced by the line of gravity, which is from up to down. When you have a band, you can tie it into whatever angle you want, particularly for joints like your shoulder or your hip that may need to be worked in a lateral aspect. So that's when it comes in handy. Also commonly used for athletes. So for example, if you're a boxer and you want to make this sort of motion faster or more powerful or stronger, and let's compare, say, like using a bench. Yes, that does mimic what you're doing. However, when the more muscle lengthens or straightens out, the more stronger you are at that point. Therefore, the less resistance that weight is being applied to you at that lengthened position. What do I mean by that? So if I'm benching, this is going to be the heaviest point in the bench as opposed to this. Now what strength coaches many years ago figured out was by applying a band, and therefore the pressure, by applying or holding a band during that same motion, let's say when we're benching again, the pressure is going to be increased the further you go out, okay? So you're actually getting more resistance applied to you the further you go out, which is basically what you want. You don't want any leakages or weaknesses in your movements. Now, we aren't going to go that in depth today. We're just going to do a bunch of, beginner, intermediate exercises with the band. As I said, we're going to do 20 minutes again today. Now, the first 10 minutes of today's workout is purely going to be with just the band and me moving around with the band. The second 10 minutes, I'm going to tie the band to something against the wall. If you're at home, you can do that with a chair, a table, anything sturdy basically, or like a doorknob. And you can try have a go at the second lot of exercises. Now, again, so we're gonna go 50 seconds on, so 50 seconds working time and 10 seconds break. We're gonna start off with the band pull apart. All right, so we're starting in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, first one, guys, is pull apart. So a lot of people use this actually as a warm-up drill. I personally don't use it too much as a warm-up drill, but I've nothing against it. Make sure when you are doing it, your shoulders don't come up like this. Keep nice, keep your shoulders pinned back. So as you can see, my shoulders are pinned down and back. This is a back exercise. It's good to work your rhomboid, so like your mid-back muscles that often people they have weak rhomboids because they go into this posture too long and they get long and weak and elongated. When you do this one, also have your thumbs pointing up, please. Okay. And I want you to think that you're squeezing these two bones together. Okay, that's 50 seconds. All right. So now we're gonna move on to crab walks. Another exercise, I actually use this exercise quite regularly, but I just don't use it with this band. I use it with a smaller band, but you can do it with this band. So what I want you to do, step on the band, put the band in the middle of you, hold it together, and I want you to take steps this way. Now, like literally immediately, you're gonna feel your glutes working. So it is a good one, it is effective. And you don't need overly long steps, you just need to maintain the tension. When you're doing this one, I want you to always have like a proud posture there and slightly have your pelvis tilted backwards, okay? Pressure, good, and obviously you can make it looser or tighter. I'm gonna do this one more after myself. 2, 1, all right guys. So we're going to move on to deadlifts. Now, I was actually introduced to this exercise, or this way of deadlifting when I did CrossFit for the first time. So you step on the band, put the band around your neck, and you literally just hinge. So come like this, and come up. That, and up. This, and up. Good. What I like about this is, again, it gives you, particularly for a beginner, it gives you the opportunity to learn how to hinge, which I've said numerous times, hinging, so this movement, the ability to dissociate the hips to the back, is probably the most important thing you're going to learn in the gym. You don't want this sort of thing happen, that rounding thing happening. You want it nice and neutral. And this exercise does a really good job working your glutes and your hamstrings. All right. Okay, so now we're going to do a slightly harder version of the deadlift. We're going to do single leg stiff leg deadlift. Okay, so we're going to go step it under one leg, hold it with the opposing hand, and just come down and let it pull you. Now you just got to find the right positioning of the band to apply the right amount of pressure. So I'm just going to do 2 more for 7 and 8, and then the other leg. Same thing. 2, 3, 4. The good thing about this is 5. The band's pushing me like this. 6, 7. So it's working my core as well, which is super handy. Awesome. Now we're going to move on to a Bulgarian splits. So just a static lunge. So again, same positioning for the band. We're going to put it back around your neck, and it's just going to come down and come up and lunge. Cool. We're going to go for 8 and 8 again. 3, and again, guys, we know by now we want a proud posture. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Awesome. So swapping. So just so you get a side view. Big step back and come up. When you're lunging, guys, especially when it's ecstatic, aim to have your foot touch the floor. This gives a good reference point, and you actually know you're getting the same rep done each time. Do 2 more. 1 more. Beautiful. All right, guys. This one's slightly going to be a little bit harder, but it's cool. Stepping on the band again, and now I want you to put the band around your hand, and I just want you to just press. Whoop. Cool. So we're doing shoulder press with the band now. Now, because it is slightly harder to work the upper body with the band, I'm going to do 50 seconds with the right hand and 50 seconds with the left hand. Now, if you're finding this a little bit hard, I'll show you a slightly easy variation you can do in a second. So 10 more seconds, and then we're going to come to the floor, and I'll show you how to do it, make it slightly easier. Oh, it's getting me tired. 2, 1, awesome. So we come to the floor now, guys. So same principle. So I want you to sit on the band and press. Cool? And even though the band isn't the heaviest piece of equipment or the most hardcore piece of equipment, like, you will get tired doing this for 50 seconds. Shoulder press is a staple exercise you should be doing. Makes your arms look good, especially like a lot of girls like wearing dresses. This sort of gives you that nice cut look there, without making you look too broad. 5, 4, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, guys. So we're up to our 8th exercise already. Okay, both feet on the band. Chest up, hold it just inside your shoulders and pull up. Now, when you're pulling it up, the common mistake people do is this. So they pull up, but they keep the elbows down. I want you to bring your elbows up above, okay? This is called an upright row. This is again for your shoulders, but it's for more of your medial parts of the shoulder, so more this part of the shoulder. And particularly for guys, if you think what a good male physique is, a good male physique is like a V. We're trying to help you get that V, and girls again, what I was saying to you before, short toned arms. A big part of the toned arm look is having like muscly shoulders. 2 and 1. All right, guys. So now we're going to move on to push-ups on the floor. So it can be tricky to put on. So we're going to do a step-by-step process. Hands in the band. Hand comes behind your back. Settle. Now literally just fall over. Yep. Come down and press. Now these are actually quite hard. So don't be afraid to go on your knees if you need to. And this does a really good job of explaining what I said in the beginning of the video, how as you press out further, it actually becomes harder for you. Into your last 8 seconds, guys. Let's get 3 more. 3, 2, 1. All right, up we go. All right, so now we're going to finish one more arm workout. Stepping on the band again. Thumbs point to the sky, but you're holding the band. And I want you to pull up. This is for your biceps. Now, when you're doing this one, common mistake is people sort of come out like this, or they, more so with kettlebells, they do this, the dumbbells, sorry, they do this sort of stuff. Just keep a nice, proud, neutral posture. To make sure you're actually doing that, the best thing to do is squeeze your bum and squeeze your abs. Okay, you've got 15 seconds to go, guys. By this point, you should be getting a pretty good pump, or you should be feeling like you're working, as I am at the moment. 10 seconds to go, guys. We're getting a minute break in a second. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now it's a minute rest break. Chill out, catch your breath. I am gonna have water, and then I'm gonna attach the band to the wall. 44 seconds to go. So if you don't have a contraption drilled to your wall with another contraption tied to it, so another contraption, the band can be held against it, that's cool. Just get your band and put it around, tie it around a doorknob, or even like put your band, close the door. Find whatever works for you. 15 seconds to go, guys. Now, I actually like this part of the workout much more. There's a bit more creativity in it, which is cool. So first thing we're gonna do is not elegantly step in the band. Okay. 1 second, let me just get my phone right. Okay. So we just started earlier whilst my phone's getting ready. So we've got a lateral lunge. Cool. Now again, as you know, I'm a big fan of moving laterally as opposed to just forward and back and up and down. Your body does move laterally, it does rotate. On the flip side now. You're on a robot that just moves up and down. Now when you are lunging laterally, make sure your knees nice and straight. We don't want any of this happening. So we don't want your knee to be landing inside of your foot, okay? Into my last two, one, cool. Okay, we're gonna hop out of my band and we're gonna move into a lateral twist now. 1 sec. Okay, so holding the band should be around your belly button. And I want you to make a nice solid base and twist sideways and then come back in. One of my favorite, absolute favorite core exercises for 5. What most people don't know about your core, 6, it's not made to crunch. It's not necessarily made to look like, you know, I mean, obviously if it looks good, it's fine. But the main thing it is meant to do is resist force. So what we're doing here is we're teaching your core to do what its role is, which is resist rotational force. And if you think about that in a real life, in real life application, if you're running, you don't want to be doing this. You want to be running nice and straight. If you're, you know, playing a sport, you don't want to be flimsy. You want to be stiff. That's what the core does. All right, guys, so that's enough from the core. Half kneeling face pulls, left arm. So now when you're doing a half kneeling exercise, I want you to think you're making a triangle. So like this. Yeah, so outer leg out. Hold the band. Again, if you want to make it harder for yourself, hold it early in the band. And you can even tie it around your hand. And we're pulling. Now, as you can see, my elbow finishes above my head, okay? This is a great exercise to work the upper portion of your back, which can get neglected in the best of times, let alone during the whole coronavirus epidemic. 10 seconds ago, guys. Another great exercise I love doing. Helps combat like the slouched over posture many office workers find themselves in. Okay, so just swapping hands, swapping feet. Okay, so having a look at what's in store for us. Now again, when you're doing the half kneel exercise, this is another great opportunity for you to learn how to brace your stomach, squeeze your glutes. So it's too often, in my opinion, people go to standing exercise that when they should be half kneeling and trying to learn how to engage your glutes, engage your stomach. Particularly if you're a beginner. If you're a beginner, you'd rather be doing exercises on the floor where you can't injure your spine or damage your spine under load. 7 more seconds, guys, get the last few reps in. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna move on to the equivalent of a push-up. Okay, again, half kneeling, guys. And I want you to come with this, come forward. Now, what I do like about banded exercise, particularly banded exercise when it's like in a lateral position as it is now, your core has to work so you don't just twist. Your core is working to maintain your stiffness. And coming back to what I said before, we always want your core to be nice and stiff, as its job is to prevent rotation. 13 seconds, guys. Two and one. Okay, starting in 3, 2, and 1. I'm just gonna make this a little bit harder for myself. There you go, now I feel it much more. 5, and remember guys, consciously squeezing abs, consciously squeezing your bum. 15 seconds to go. Another good thing about the band is it sort of reminds you that being locked in a machine or regular gym equipment is not ordinary. It's rare in normal life that you're locked in a machine and you're securely positioned. You're usually out doing stuff. You know, you're not just sitting down in a machine conveniently. All right, so we're gonna move on to like a straight arm pull down. So all I want you to do is hold the band, imagine like it's a triangle. Okay, I'll just go down. So come like this, and I want you to bring your hands to your hips. So, fun fact, one of your lats functions is this motion. Like whilst it's also this, and you know, a traditional lat pull down, it's also this sort of motion. So we're just playing around with that at the moment. Also, it gives you a good way to, gives you a good point to isometrically hold for a second at the end there. 2, 1. Guys, last exercise, we've got one more lateral twist. We'll go 10 and 10 again. All right. Now, when you are lateral twisting, I don't want you to be standing behind or in front of the band. I want that to be like a 90 degrees angle with you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guys, make sure you're going to control the motion. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Okay, same thing outside. Let's go. 1, 10, 11, 10 seconds to go, guys. Get the last few in. That's a wrap, guys. As you can see, I still have my breath this time around, but I still got to work out. I still worked my shoulders, I still worked my chest, still worked my back, I still worked my legs, and the way, whenever I'm designing a workout, I try to look at 6 different things. So whether I've done a horizontal push, whether I've done some sort of horizontal pull, whether I've done, sorry, that's vertical push and pull, whether I've done some sort of horizontal push or pull, and whether I've done a hip dominant movement and knee dominant movement, which all covered today. So this is a good workout to do from home, which covers all your bases. If you do it, comment in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you have any feedback, put in the comments, so let me know what you're doing and what's happening.